Beloved and renowned American radio, television, and film actress, comedian, and author, Betty White Ludden, better known to the public simply as Betty White, was born on January 17, 1922, as Betty Marion White in Oak Park, Illinois, to parents Tess Curtis and Horace Lawrence White. Horace White was an electrical engineer by trade who also worked as a traveling salesman. During the Great Depression, Betty's father moved the family to California, where White grew up and eventually settled in Los Angeles. Now let's go back in time and enjoy this revered moment in American television.
I think I better get the food.
Yes, I think you'd better. Charming girl. How are things at the office, Mr. Fuddy?
Well, sales are way down.
Really?
The salesmen are driving me crazy. They keep coming to me with crazy ideas.
Yes, well.
They seem to forget that I'm head of the firm.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Fuddy. You have to keep a firm head.
Absolutely.
Hand.
Elizabeth, don't talk. Just service, would you please, dear?
Well, all I meant was, sweetheart, if there's anything Mr. Fuddy doesn't need, it's harebrained ideas.
Elizabeth, this...
Care for some cheese toupee? Sir Frank?
Oh, thank you. My, this looks delicious here. Oh, thank you.
Alvin, would you care for some, darling?
Thank you, dear. You should have seen Elizabeth when we first got married. If she'd burned this face, she used to put suntan on it.
That must have been a hair-raising experience.
Hair-raising?
Did you really do that, Elizabeth?
I guess if Alvin says I did. I guess I must have. You bet. How about some fresh wigs? Figs!
Not right now, thank you. Oh, this is wonderful food, Alvin. Your wife is a good cook.
Yes, she is.
Alvin, do you feel a draft in here?
No,
Alvin, where are the thumbtacks?
Elizabeth!
What's the matter with you two?
Nothing. We do this all the time. Just sort of...
Mr. Fuddy, it's time you and I had a little talk.
Elizabeth, no.
Yes.
Unemployment, Elizabeth.
Alvin told me you were self-conscious about your new toupee, and in trying to avoid the subject, I made a fool of myself.
Elizabeth, some other time. In the morning now.
Alvin, please, let her talk.
The office.
Well,
No,
it's
Elizabeth.
true, Mr. Fuddy. I think that we ought to talk about our sensitivities, and then that way we're no longer self-conscious about them.
You mean like when people walk up to me and say, "Hi, egghead," I should just laugh it off?
That's exactly what I mean. Of course you should. Gee, everybody's self-conscious about something. The shape of their nose or freckles or something. You should laugh and talk about it. That way you get rid of the phobia. You want to try it?
You're a smart girl, Elizabeth. Of course I'll try.
Well.
Alvin, call Mr. Fuddy an egghead.
Who, me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Call me
no,
an
you're
egghead.
lying.
Here, maybe this will help. There, now, call me an egghead.
Should I really?
Go ahead.
Mr. Fuddy, you're an egghead.
Try melonhead.
Oh, I
Go on, Alvin. Try melonhead.
Have a go at it? Mr. Fuddy, you're a melonhead.
You're fired.
Mr. Fuddy, you said you told me that you wouldn't make it if I...
Did you see the expression on his face? I didn't mean it, Alvin.
Oh, I'm not fired?
Oh, this is wonderful, Elizabeth.
This is fun.
What are you self-conscious about?
Well, these bony shoulders, for one thing.
Oh, they're not bony, are they, Alvin?
Well,
to me, they are.
Well, then, let's talk about them.
Yeah, let's do.
Do you mind if I call you Clara Clavicle?
According to her acclaimed autobiography, White's parents officially named her Betty rather than Elizabeth because they didn't want to burden her with any of the undesirable nicknames associated with Elizabeth. White discovered her passion for entertaining when she was still in high school at Horace Mann in Beverly Hills. There she starred in the school play, which she also had written. Her professional acting career began shortly after graduation in 1939 when she and a high school classmate performed songs from The Merry Widow on an experimental Los Angeles television channel. let's take a look back to the early days of sitcom.
If you don't mind me saying, you're the world's worst ping pong player.
Come on, the game isn't over yet, will you, sir?
Now, don't get nervous. This is my spinner with the English twist.
Are you going to stand there and talk, or are you going to...
There we go. 21 to nothing.
Oh, no. That wasn't fair. You caught me off guard.
All is fair in love and ping pong. And by the way, when I come back from getting some water, I'll play with my left hand, okay? Are you bad?
Elizabeth, are you going to let him get away with that? What are you going to do? Those are castanets, I heard it, but I didn't see it. Do it again. I get it. You don't serve the ball at all. But when he hears the... Uh-oh, look out. Here he comes.
Okay, ready for another beating?
Sure, darling. It's fun to lose to you. You're such a good sport.
Honey, I just don't believe in pampering people when they're playing a game and losing, that's all.
Just you remember that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. One for me. Okay, all set?
Ready, set. Say, honey, do you mind if we change sides? The sun came up a little. It's right in the peak of the eye here.
Oh, sure, darling. Sure, I think the table's a little shorter here, too.
Oh, did you notice that, too? It's still a bit short.
All right, y'all ready?
Ready.
Can you take criticism?
Naturally.
I think you pinged when you should have pawned.
Well, aren't you funny? Come on, I'll get it back to you this time.
No, come on. You get up here where you were. I think the wind changed.
Oh, really?
Okay, you all set?
All set.
Ready?
Ready?
Good boy.
I got it back. Huh?
That's a high one.
I didn't know I knocked it that high.
Here it comes. The score is now 7-0.
Honey, let me shake your hand. You played a terrific game.
Oh, it's nothing, sweetie. It's just... Everybody?
How do you explain this?
Loose knuckles?
And now, shall we try it without the tricks, Elizabeth?
Okay, I'll get another paddle. Now. Okay, ready?
I am ready.
All set to go?
Ready.
Okay.
Shall we have another go at it, Elizabeth?
Okay. All set?
Set.
Ready?
Just a moment. For some reason, I don't trust you any longer. Would you be kind enough to bounce the ball on the table?
Why, honey, it's only...
Bounce the ball on the table.
Nothing.
Bounce the ball. Leave you at this point, Elizabeth. At times, life with you becomes very exhausting. Good afternoon.
Elizabeth, aren't you ashamed?
Early in her career, White found modest success for a few years modeling and working as an actress at the Bliss Hayden Little Theater, but had to put her ambitions on hold to join the American Women's Voluntary Services at the start of World War II. During the 1940s, White worked as a radio actress in shows such as Blondie, The Great Gildersleeve, and This Is Your FBI, eventually becoming the star of her own daily radio talk show, appropriately titled The Betty White Show. White's television career took off in 1949 when she appeared regularly alongside entertainer Al Jarvis on his daily variety show Hollywood on Television. After Jarvis' departure from the show in 1952, White, became the host. That same year, White began working with producer Don Feddersen and writer George Tibbles to co-found Brandy Productions. It was through this relationship that White secured her first Emmy Award for her role as the lead on the nationally syndicated sitcom Life with Elizabeth. She was not only the star of the show, but also the producer. White became the only woman at the time to have complete creative control both in front and behind the camera. Life with Elizabeth gave a huge boost to her career. Now, another classic moment in American television.
Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. Let's see.
Tell us about Joe Cronkite.
Let's hear the song.
Okay. See what you think of this.
Don't you think you better tune the guitar?
Okay.
A little bit on the...
Nothing radical, just all 6 strings.
How's that?
Oh, that's much better. Let's go in.
This here's a romantic song. They met in a pig pen all covered with mud.
Not so loud, Moosey.
I thought you said it was romantic.
Well, it is. It's about 2 pigs in love. Tell you what, I'll sing you a cowboy song instead.
Friend of Alvin's.
Don't bury me, that's what I said. Don't bury me, don't bury me, don't bury me, 'cause I ain't dead. Don't buy me a plot, 'cause I still got a breath that's hot. Not only that, my girl named Dot will tie the knot, what means a lot. Oh, I forgot I'd go to pot if I was shot in front of Dot, no matter what. Oh, bury me not.
They're all watching.
Oh, bury me not.
Expect me to do shooting?
Oh, bury me not.
Not in front of Dot.
Unless you want to.
Don't bury him unless you want to.
He's very accommodating. You're real skittish today, Elizabeth. If that old buzzard over there is bothering you, I'll get shut of her.
Oh, Moosey!
Moosey.
Moosey, no! Moosey, a little while ago, Alvin and I were out here clowning around, and all the neighbors started to watch.
She's afraid that if we rehearse your song on the front porch, that they'll gossip. Look, maybe we'd better go in.
Ain't nothing to worry about. I'll sing softer.
Oh.
That isn't the problem. Sing better.
Huh?
Maybe you better.
Here's a pretty one. Oh, coyote, I've wondered so long, why do you sing this here unhappy song? Ow! Ow!
The car looks nice. Stop him.
Lucy, that was very pretty. You got something quieter?
You like that, Elizabeth?
It was delightful.
In 1961, Betty White made her first appearance as a guest celebrity on the hit game show Password. She continued to make numerous appearances on the show until 1975. She also made regular appearances on 2 other game shows, a sequel to Password, The Password All-Stars, as well as Match Game. She was also a popular and frequent guest celebrity on the Hollywood Squares, the $25,000 Pyramid, and many, many more. So many, in fact, that she is regarded as the First Lady of game shows. White married the Password host Alan Ludden in 1963 after 2 previous and short-lived marriages, first to U.S. Air Force pilot Dick Barker in 1945, and then to Hollywood agent Lane Allen in 1947. She made her big-screen film debut in the 1962 drama Advise and Consent, playing Kansas Senator Elizabeth Ames Adams. Currently, White is starring as Elka Ostrovsky in her TV land sitcom Hot in Cleveland, though she is perhaps best known for two former long-running television roles as the insatiably man-hungry Sue Ann Nevins on The Mary Tyler Moore Show and as the naive Minnesota native Rose Nyland on The Golden Girls, which won her an Emmy Award for Outstanding Actress. In addition to these two landmark roles, White had several well-known recurring guest roles on Mama's Family, Boston Legal, The Bold and the Beautiful, Ally McBeal, The Ellen Show, My Wife and Kids, That 70s Show, Everwood, Joey, and Malcolm in the Middle, just to name a few. In the 2007 TV Land Awards broadcast, she starred in a skit titled Ugly Betty White, a parody of America Ferrera's TV character, Ugly Betty. That performance earned her a role on Ugly Betty, where she played herself as the victim of Wilhelmina Slater's temper as they fight for a taxi in the episode Bananas for Betty. White is also an accomplished author with several books released over the span of her career. Her most recent book, titled If You Ask Me, and Of Course You Won't, was released by Putnam Adult in May of 2011. This next clip is sure to bring back memories.
Alvin!
Now, honey, don't forget, I made the coffee, so you have to serve it.
Oh, no, the loser serves the coffee.
You've got a deal. This game isn't over yet, boy. Whose turn is it?
Honey, before we finish the game, let's make a promise to each other.
Sure, what?
Well, just as, let's not act like a couple of kids and then get mad. After all, it's only a game.
Sure. We do get carried away sometimes, don't we?
And no cheating.
Elizabeth, I never cheat.
Well, let's just say you manipulate the rules a little bit. Is it a deal?
A deal.
Okay, let's see. It was my turn.
No, it's my turn, dear. Isn't it? All right, Cobra Eyes. You rolled. You rolled your 5. Go ahead.
Alvin, I purposely waited my turn so this very thing wouldn't happen.
All right, go on, go on. So it was your turn. Go ahead, count off 5.
2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, I got a chance to buy the electric company.
All right. Well, don't be a pig, Elizabeth. You already own the railroad, 3 hotels, 5 houses, and the waterworks.
Darling, I can't turn down an entire electric company for $150. What would Edison think? Besides, you're doing all right.
Doing all right? So far, all I own is a grass shack on Oriental Avenue. Where am I? Over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Back to jail again. You're getting to be quite a criminal, honey. 10. 8, 9, 10. Chance. That means I get to draw a chance card.
Look, I know what it means.
Your building and loan matures. Collect the $150.
You just can't lose, can you? 7. Ha ha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Community chest.
It means you get to draw a community chest
Look,
card.
I know what it is. I can read. What's the matter with you? Go to...
You're back in jail again.
Well, it isn't fair. I never got out.
Oh, now, don't be such a baby. I'll come and see you.
Anyway, who ever heard of the community chest sending anybody to jail?
Did you make a contribution last year?
Well, of course I did. So why should they want to send me to jail?
Maybe your check bounced.
I'm going to call them up.
Oh, the game. Goodness, I never saw such a baby. 3. I own another railroad. I tell you what I'll do. If you ever have to travel on my railroad, I'll let you ride full fare. All right. Pays to have connection.
12. Chance. They send me back to jail this time. It'll be the last time I play. Return token to the nearest railroad and pay owner twice the rental she is otherwise entitled.
You owe me $100.
Why twice the rental?
Well, anybody who's been in jail as many times as you have is a bad risk.
Well, I won't ride on your no-good railroad. How do you like them apples?
You have to. And you're lucky, too. It's a policy of the line. Ordinarily, we don't carry people who send bad checks to the community chest.
Roll the dice.
Throughout her life, White has been an ardent champion and sponsor of animal rights groups and a member of a number of organizations including the Los Angeles Zoo Commission, the Morris Animal Foundation, and Actors and Others for Animals. In 1987, White was honored with the Humane Award, given by the American Veterinary Medical Association for her charitable work with animals. Recognizing her charitable contributions and philanthropic work with the animals, in 2006, the City of Los Angeles awarded White with a bronze plaque at the Los Angeles Zoo, placed near the gorilla exhibit. At the dedication ceremony, the city dubbed her the Ambassador to the Animals. White has received 20 Emmy nominations and 7 Emmy Awards during her long acting career, not the least of which includes an Emmy for the short-lived game show Just Men, the first ever awarded to a woman for being a game show host. Betty White was the Screen Actors Guild's 46th Lifetime Achievement recipient in 2009, and in May of 2010, at the age of 88, she won a Primetime Emmy Award for becoming the oldest guest host ever to appear on Saturday Night Live.